Alright, so this is the third
A new
video.
Doctor Strange 2 trailer has been
Hey,
released, and yeah,
hey, 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 I'm not done with my intro. I'm not done with my intro. So, this is the third video to my new channel. So, yeah, we're gonna do another video about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. So, yeah.
DSW has all the sneakers. My favorite way to wear a sneaker is with leggings or a good pair of jeans.
I want to find something that I can wear to the gym and in everyday life.
a new Doctor Strange 2 trailer has been released, and yes, I do have my good and bad thoughts about this trailer. Much like with Age of Ultron, this trailer could be completely lying to us with regards to its tone, as in, it looks very serious when really it could end up being very comedic. Wanda saying that when Strange used magic for himself, he's a hero, but when she uses it, she's a villain.
That doesn't seem fair.
Even though what she did in her show WandaVision was far more evil than what Strange did, which was just irresponsible. But I'm not going to
Exactly.
delve into those. What I like about this trailer
And
is
on
that
top of that, Wanda was straight up a villain in Age of Ultron until that moment where she turned from Ultron. So, yeah.
Strange 2 looks like an actual movie. Most of the MCU films look cheap in how they are shot, and the same goes for their cinematography. And that's primarily because Marvel keep hiring these directors that make one super low budget indie film and then
Yeah, their
here's a
CGI
$2 million
looks.
budget.
I'm a
Go
Marvel
make
fan.
such a
I'm a
film.
Marvel fan,
And
but
that's
I'm
why
admitting this
movies
right now.
mostly make
I'm gonna
big
say this right now.
budgets
Their
and big
CGI
budgets, and
is
why the films
is
look so
horrible.
fake and cheap. And it's also the reason why Marvel even say that they will have someone else direct the action sequences. But for the first time, the MCU have hired a director that is experienced with making big budget movies. They have hired Sam Raimi, and he knows better how to make big budget blockbusters. And the movie looks so much nicer than all of the previous MCU films. The cinematography, the way these shots are framed, slightly more vivid colors, and you can even see that Sam Raimi is trying to push the PG-13 rating. And because he is a big name director, he has capital to push these Disney Marvel movies out of their comfort zones. And looking at the imagery, he seems to be pushing them far more than any other MCU directors have done before. At least going by this trailer. And if the rumors are true, Sam Raimi wants to push the PG-13 rating to its limits, which I am so happy to hear because Marvel have barely made use of the base PG-13 rating. And from what I can gather looking at this trailer, Scarlet Witch seems to be fighting Captain Marvel here, or a different superhero. And you can tell
Exactly.
Scarlet Witch wins because later you
Wait. She's not fighting Captain Marvel. She's fighting. She's fighting that little girl, Maria. Yeah, that little girl.
This right here is something that only Sam Raimi would do.
Exactly. I said this in my trailer
The
reaction.
director. But Sam Raimi does have some extra street cred to do something like this. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this movie because it actually has some good production quality, and Sam Raimi seems to be having more of a say with the creative choices in this film. And I hope that Marvel are letting him have full creative control with this, because they can very easily tell him to make changes, and as we've seen before, he is not impervious from being forced to do things due to studio meddling. So we'll see what the movie is like when it comes out, as the trailer could be a big fat lie like the trailer for Age of Ultron.
Speaking of Spider-Man, yeah, I heard that Tobey Maguire might actually return in this film, considering that he was in Spider-Man No Way Home. So, but not Andrew Garfield though. We're not gonna get the other two Spider-Man. I do think we're gonna just get Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
But this director isn't Joss Whedon, it's Sam Raimi. And I feel like Marvel really have something here if they let him do what he wants. If they don't,
Basically
then
like the Russo
themselves
brothers.
to blame. But you can see his influence in this trailer, especially the horror imagery, which I really hope they lean into, and not just make a horror scene here or there. With a title like this, I expect a whole lot of madness, and not just the odd scene of madness. And no, Wanda is of course not going to stay evil. It's still the MCU, so they're not going to go that far. And yes, that does look to be a variant of Charles Xavier.
Exactly.
I hope
That's.
they don't bring these original ones back. Leave their stories the way they ended. You can resurrect your own characters, Marvel, but you don't need to resurrect others.
You underestimate my cowardice.
Be sure to check out my full thoughts and review of this trailer, as well as my reaction on Patreon. All you have to do is donate just $1, and you will gain access to all of my previous and upcoming Patreon content. Links to all of those and more are in the description below. And I will see all of you very soon.
Take care to you too. Take care to you too, Eric Carter. So that's all I gotta say right now. So yeah, I love this. I'm already loving this movie. This better be a change of direction, changing direction for the MCU because I am a Marvel fan, but I'm not an MCU fan. There's a difference. Yes, the MCU is still Marvel, but at the same time they do their own stuff as well. But one of the reasons why I'm not a fan of the MCU, I'm a fan of Marvel in general. I'm not a fan of the MCU. It's just that because of their comedy. I think I said this in the last video. Yeah, it's because of their comedy. Comedy, that's why. And the way they just nerf some characters. So yeah. And their CGI kind of looks trash. Their CGI looks awful. They use too much CGI and it doesn't even look that good. And on top of that, their stories are kind of cheesy. So yeah. That's all I got to say right now. So yeah. Yeah. Peace, Marvel fans.